Anyway, we starting. I think I can't see because it says that I muted you over the live thing, so I couldn't tell if we was live. But we're live.
The footy ball scores.
Trying to see the footy ball. Anyway, we are live. The Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic. I know at least one of y'all says it with me. At least one of y'all is out there says it with me.
Real quick, a fun fact: the Colts beat the Bengals. For somebody that is on our picks, I just want, if he watches this, I'm gonna tell him. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell him. But we won, and yeah.
All right.
So he's not gonna show up. So that's
true. He's not gonna show up because they lost, guys. So no Lamar for Week 1 picks. But anyway, let's jump into TNA, the first episode of September for 2016. It's weird that it's September already. Just really crazy that the year's going by so quickly. But let's jump right into it. Had a pretty good show this week. I enjoyed it personally. By pretty good, I always mean like really good. Usually is what I mean, but I say pretty good just because it's easy to say. But
pretty and
we start
that much different.
They different in the same and the same thing. Anyway, we got Rebby Hardy, Matt Hardy, Maxwell, and Senior Benjamin, and I think Casey even sung it, singing the obsolete song for Jeff Hardy. I fade away and class up. Everybody was singing it. Freaking little Maxwell with the little cute piano. It was adorable. Basically singing Jeff Hardy's theme song because I take it they're trying to get more into this broken thing. He's got to learn to be broken, so he sings his theme song. That's how it works. And then the music of Maxwell creates an epiphany for brother Moore, Broken Matt, or whatever we're calling this man. And Matt he tells Jeff, we got to go to the zone of the impact. I don't remember what he said, but the zone of the impact. Because they got to bring the decay back to Cameron. So it's kind of weird. It was like reverse psychology. I was like, you got to go all the way to the impact zone to bring them all the way back to North Carolina, and then how you do that? But I like this segment. Throughout the night, we had different segments. Do you want to talk about them all now, or like not like right at this moment, but I mean like right in this same little section of the show, or do you want to like just wait till we get to them?
I won't wait till we get some, like normal people would be doing, because that's how the show is set up. Yeah, DJ being all.
We ain't normal though. We are an instant classic. Truly, I mean, always. Justin used to say truly all the time. And it was funny, but always an instant classic, Casey. So we change it up sometimes, all the time, every time.
Where the Raiders is winning, because they drinking the Raiderade out of the America Cup. I'm still looking at this. Sorry, I'm a.
So thoughts on the segment though?
Yeah,
This why we can't move on because of you. We can't move on quick because you gotta be looking at the footy ball scores and stuff anyway.
I like the footy ball. I enjoy the footy ball. I liked the whole Hardy decay thing tonight. It was entertaining. I said to DJ that they need to make this a mini series, like on the website or something, because that would be amazing. But this was the only weird part, and I think it was just because it was right in the beginning of the show, and I'm like, why are they singing? What am I watching right now? Because like she starts singing, and then Jeff's there, and he's like, obsolete, and I'm like, what is this? Like, they all sang it differently in like a different style, and I'm like, what is going on right now? Even Senior Benjamin, and I'm like, oh, what? Why is this happening? Why? This poor Mexican man is why? I liked it. It was definitely unique. From
all right,
I can't even cut off. Usually, what?
Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, it was weird because you froze for a second and you got cut off. So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I was gonna say it's something unique, but everything with broken Matt is unique. So that's kind of I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. The rest of the night was good, but this was just they singing is not their strong suit. Except for Maxwell. He's a born musician. He's a king. He's a musician. He's the heavyweight champion.
All right, let's jump into the Mike Bennett promo, which I enjoyed. I know Rabbit, if he's watching this, he shares us all the time, but I don't know if he watches. So if he is watching this, I know he hated it. I know he was upset that the man was in the main event, but I definitely liked it. He basically talks about his journey to the world championship, and brings up that his main goal has always been to save TNA wrestling. He's like one of the only ones that still calls it TNA wrestling. But he says he's gonna save that was his main goal. So the best way to do that is become the world champion. He talks about how he surrounds himself with successful people, mentioning Maria, and then he mentions Moose. And then he calls out Moose because he wants to know about this dinner that he and Lashley were supposed to be having last week. Like, why are you having dinner with Lashley? That's the opponent. That's the opposition, Moose. I'm just going through the motions like he was. Why Moose? Why? They're talking about why Drew? Why Moose? Why? Why? Anyway, but Lashley comes out instead of Moose, and obviously being as confident as he can be, talks about the superstars that he has beaten down and won, several of his matches against. And he states that he can't, he's so confident he's gonna make this a no disqualification match tonight because Lashley can do that. He can. He can't unify the titles, but he can make it a no disqualification match. He can do that. So he's doing that. And then he puts it in Bennett's head that Moose basically doesn't trust him. We went to dinner last week. We got the steak. Them steak tips with the peppers and stuff. We got all that. If you're thinking about it, they got the steak. He let Moose pick up the tab and stuff. He was putting that in the head of Mike Bennett. And then Moose comes out and basically, we're all wondering, what about the dinner though? I wasn't invited, so I don't know what went down. We was thinking, what about the dinner though? So, Moose comes out and, basically Moose clears it up that he did not have dinner with Lashley, or lunch. He might have lunch or breakfast. I'm not know. He didn't say that, but he didn't have dinner with Lashley at least. And then he says, basically he ends this promo saying he decides who wins the world championship, which is kind of cool because it kind of makes you think, what's going to happen? What you talking about, Moose? You ain't even in the match. You ain't even in it. But anyway, any thoughts on the opening promo by the Miracle, Mike Bennett and Bobby Lashley, and Moose was there too?
Miracle. I liked it. He didn't go to dinner with him, but I heard through my reliable sources that aren't made up, they're real. I got them. They real. They said that they went to brunch, so they had a nice little between breakfast and lunch. You got that nice brunch. I don't think people do brunch enough. You got to do the brunch because it's so long from breakfast to lunch. You got to have that little snack in the middle, and why not have it with your friend's opponent? Why not? Why not? So they had a nice brunch. I liked it though. When he said that I will decide who becomes or who goes out the world heavyweight champion, I was like, they're gonna do another special guest referee match. This is gonna be TNA's new thing. They're just gonna do special referee matches. That's all it's gonna be. But luckily they didn't do that. But I was definitely intrigued to see what was going on because you didn't know if if Moose was gonna, side with Lashley, if he was gonna go back with Bennett, if he was going to attack Bennett and not necessarily side with Lashley, but kind of go off on his own. So it kind of, it piqued my interest.
Alrighty, let's jump into Matt Hardy versus Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve comes out all alone, which was weird. And basically, this was an interesting match. I don't know how to describe it. It was just interesting. It started off with a test. Not even a test of strength. It started off with like weird facial expressions to each other. Like there was like Matt Hardy was like, yeah, and then Crazy Steve was doing his whatever Crazy Steve does, right? Like it was just like that's how it started. I was like, all right. And then we got the test of strength because obviously Crazy Steve is swole. Like they ain't telling us this, but he's swole, guys. It's confirmed. Crazy Steve is swole. He basically does a test of strength, and we get biting during the test of strength. To make sure you get that control. I get it. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm just gonna everybody I meet and be like test the strength. Then we're gonna start biting each other. I think it needs to happen. It needs to be just a way of meeting new people. This match was just kind of creepy, but it was creepy in a good way. It built up the Decay and the Hardys feud as it is. Basically, this match ends after Jeff Hardy, Brother Nero, I knew you would come, takes off his shoe and just starts wailing on Crazy Steve. And then he throws him back in. We get a twist of fate. I think Crazy Steve died. I think he did. I'm pretty sure that was the one where he landed on his head and he did. He did. It's over.
But then he cut a promo, so how he did.
He was dead for like a couple seconds. Then Rosemary came and spit in his mouth, and that's how she revived people. She spit in the mouth. She wasn't there technically, but he could still feel the spit from before, and it came back up. Anyway, thoughts on the match before we get into the promo and the spit come back. Anyway,
so yeah, the spit. So yeah. Yeah. I like the beginning of this match. It was we had Crazy Steve kind of drooling all over his chest and making weird faces, and Matt Hardy, Broken Mag, doing the thing. Honestly, that could have been the whole match, and I would have been entertained. I would have. Then we get the, like you said, the test of strength. I was like, nah, bro, nah. Matt Hardy's not that big, but nah, come on now. And then the biting. But this was an okay match. Obviously, was it last week we had Jeff versus Abyss, or the week before? Now we have Matt versus Crazy Steve. Are we gonna have Rebby versus Rosemary? What we kind of got that tonight, technically, but she had a sword, so that wasn't really fair. We'll get to that. But yeah, it wasn't a great match, but it was definitely entertaining.
It just takes a new light on are you not entertained? I think it brings a new light on it. But
start saying that. Are you not entertained? Yeah.
But after the match, Crazy Steve grabs a microphone because he can talk. Remember, if you just coming in and you remember Crazy Steve from the menagerie and he couldn't talk, he can talk now. Crazy Steve grabs a microphone and he says, your brokenness may be brilliant. I don't know why I started to go with the Matt Hardy accent for Crazy Steve. But according to Casey, the brokenness may be brilliant. I'm trying to go with the Jamaican accent. It's not working. I was trying to go with it, but I couldn't do it. But he says, it may be broken, but what you can't see is what's directly in front of you. And he says the reason that he came here alone tonight is because the decay is everywhere. And that includes the Hardy estate. And Matt Hardy's like, what? What? No, nah, not Rebby, not Maxwell, not Senior Bit. Basically that's what he was thinking. Uh, and then he says, Crazy Steve finishes this off with Maxwell is now Rosemary's baby. And I'm like, no, not little Maxwell. Don't do it to him. Not this way. Not little Maxwell. No. He the king. He the champion. But basically Matt Hardy kind of flees after this, and he has some words to say to Broken Jeffrey later. But any thoughts on the after match promo that set up all the other craziness that happened with the situation?
I liked it. Anytime Crazy Steve talks, I like it. I'm entertained. When he said that Maxwell is now Rosemary's baby, I was like, Jerry, yeah. I don't know. It just it made it. You got more intrigued. And you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, they gonna have to go all the way back to North Carolina and get there in like 5 minutes, because Florida to North Carolina, it's like 5 minutes. You could just drive there and it's not even that far. It's not. I don't know. I definitely liked it, and then it started the whole craziness of the night that they need to make this a mini series. I swear, I would watch this for hours.
Yeah, I agree. It's freaking very entertaining. But next we got a video package on the stars of the X Division, basically talking about what makes the X Division special, why they want the championship. This was definitely pretty cool. It basically it built the X Division up more, and it built up the X Division as a prize that not only created TNA but still a legitimate prize today. After Lashley tried to basically tarnish it, so I do like, I like this. I was excited to see how the X Division, the Ultimate X Gauntlet match would go, because we've never seen a Gauntlet match with an Ultimate X. But any thoughts on the video package that kind of set up that match?
I like it. It definitely, showed what it means to all the competitors. But I couldn't help but think, if it's so important, why wasn't it so important for the past like 5 years? Yeah. What about that? Why all of a sudden now? Why? Is it because of your ratings? Is it because you can't get on a good channel? But ratings have nothing to do with getting on a good channel. We talked about this. Logic.
All right, let's jump into the next part, which was Broken Matt Hardy backstage with Brother Nero. And he says, I have to get in touch with Rebecca. That's what he said. He said that legitimately. I have to get in touch with Rebecca and protect the family. I don't know. He said a lot of things.
On this video streaming device.
Yes, on the video streaming device. And basically he demands that Vanguard 1 scan Maxwell's room to see that he is okay. And then Rosemary appears in the background kind of creepily. And that was kind of the second part of this saga. Any thoughts on Brother Broken Matt Nero Hardy of the Estates? Any thoughts on Matt? There's so many names going on. Rebecca and all that. I'm confused. Thoughts on Matt and Jeff sitting in the back, Vanguard,
Broken Matt and Broken Brother Nero and Rebby
and Rebecca
and Senor Benjamin and Vanguard.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. It's easy to get confused.
But the most confusing thing is, how did Vanguard 1 drive that car? It's like a month ago, and I still don't know how it happened. How did it happen? I need to explain. Anyway, anything with Matt talking anymore is entertaining. Like, I don't even care what they're talking about. Just the way he refers to things is hilarious. I think he was on Talk is Jericho like recently too, and it was hilarious because he doesn't break this character at all, like not even a little bit. It's the greatest thing ever.
I can't with Matt Hardy, man. He's the greatest thing going. Oh man. But next we got the Ultimate X Gauntlet match. I feel like I haven't given you a match on a TNA review in a long time. And I know how much you like Ultimate X's. And I know how much you like Gauntlet matches. And I know how much you like stealing titles. So I'm gonna give you Trevor Lee versus DJZ versus Andrew Everett versus Braxton Sutter versus Mandrew versus Rockstar Spud in an Ultimate X match, Gauntlet match for the X Division Championship. That's as fast as I can say it. So, Casey, take it away.
You said what now? You said so many words. It's so quick. Anyway, yeah, we got that X Division Gauntlet match. First of all, I was excited that we were having an Ultimate X match for the X Division title, and it actually meant something, even though it wasn't on one of their, pay-per-views or anything. Because why would they do that to make it seem big? It's just on a regular. But anyway, and it was.
Well, it only got 2 a year, so you could only get 2. Possibly.
We can have as many as we want a year because it's the Ultimate X match. I would have one every week if I could.
But you said let me take you back to like a couple minutes ago when you said we want it on pay-per-view, but then you realize we only got 2 pay-per-views. So they're in a pay-per-view every week. So how you gonna have?
I mean, even the special event pay-per-views
a turning point that they just had last week.
Yeah. They could have a turning point. What I don't write for TNA, and Rabbit says that they so good. I'm not gonna point out the things that they do wrong. I'm just saying. I'm just a fan. I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a writer. I don't know. Anyway, into this match. Well, I was definitely interested in how they were going to do the Gauntlet match because, I know what an X Division match is. And I know what a Gauntlet match is. And I was like, how you do both of them, though? How did that happen? But it starts off kind of like a normal Gauntlet match, 2 wrestlers, which kind of makes it interesting because, somebody could, go up quick and, basically end the match before all of the competitors are even in, which is kind of cool. Mandrew's drop toe hold, forcing Trevor to deliver the forehead ding ding special to Andrew Everett was pretty awesome. I liked it. I approve. I definitely, the Gauntlet style made it interesting. Like I said, Braxton asshole is an asshole, because Spud for champ and, Sutter for the unemployment line. Hashtag Spud for champ, hashtag Sutter for the unemployment line. I'm just saying, start it right now. I was so mad when he stopped Spud. I was like, he's supposed to be the champion. He's supposed to be the champ. All right, Mandrews, you go for it. And he didn't go for it. And I was like, all right, Andrew Everett. And he didn't go for it. But a couple things I didn't like was I like DJZ. I do. I just don't like that he started out the match and ended up winning the match. I don't have a problem with, the guy, starting off the match and making it all the way through. But the way that they've been pushing him so hard, it was almost Cena-esque, where he's like, oh, he went through all the obstacles and blah, 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 and came through. If they didn't push him as hard and he won, I would have been okay with it. I mean, and, the way that he did it, we haven't seen a finish like that in an Ultimate X match in, I don't know, a few months, like 2. Yeah, they did the same finish that basically Trevor Lee did when he won the title in the Ultimate X match. Yeah, 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 Rabbit. They got creativity, Rabbit. Yeah, they so good, Rabbit. But it was a good match, though. Other than the finish and the fact that I don't know. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't have had a problem with DJZ winning. It's just, I felt like they pushed him so much that you were like, you knew he was gonna win anyway. Like, I felt like they should have pushed all of them to where you thought any of them could have won. Like, I don't know, Mandrews, get that man a push. Or, Andrew Everett, get that man a push. Or the best heel that you have that is small. Because, like Eli Drake, he good too, but he not real small. But like, anyway, I don't know. I guess I gotta take the good things and be happy. Because, freaking TNA, and they're like, yeah, here's something good, and then we're gonna ruin it. Because talk about this match.
I definitely enjoyed the match.
Freaking Sutter. Trash. Sorry.
It wasn't though. Sutter's not even that bad. You just mad because that man charged you $5. Like, you are the most forgetting. I really did enjoy this match though. I like that Trevor Lee and Zima started out the match. It was kind of a clash of styles. Like, obviously Trevor Lee is definitely a high flyer, but he's more of a strength guy, it seems like. That freaking let me throw you onto the steel steps thing that he did to Zima, I was like, bruh, you ain't have to do him like that. You didn't though. And then I like the dives though. I did. I enjoyed the dives in this match. The one from freaking any dive that Mandrews does, like, I'm just like, I get that like Matt Hardy syndrome where I'm like, just start making faces, and I'm like, how you, bruh? I love Mandrews. Any dive he does, the freaking step up from the second rope type thing that DJZ did was amazing. That dive was amazing. And then I always love Andrew Everett moonsaults. Feels like he's in the air for like 3 years. Love Andrew Everett moonsaults. I didn't like the finish of this match either. I just thought it was weird. He's a heel. He's a heel, guys. He stole the title. He stole it. I'm going with it. But I'm excited to see DJZ win the title again. It feels like and maybe it is because the X Division hasn't been like a focal point, but it feels like it's been so long. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been 4 years since DJZ won the title. It just doesn't. Like, like, it just, for some reason, it just doesn't. Like, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe 2012 just feels like it was right around the corner when DJZ freaking debuted with the hairspray. Oh man, I love that freaking character. Oh, it was so good. It was annoying, but it was so good. But yeah, like, I definitely, I like the match. I like that they like once again they kept the Braxton Sutter Rockstar Spud thing going. They better get a freaking match at Bound for Glory. They deserve it, definitely. Rockstar Spud deserves to just freaking just talk junk for like from now until Bound for Glory, because he's freaking amazing. And I want to see what they're gonna do with. I wonder if they're gonna have like a triple threat for the. I kind of want to see one-on-one, but I wonder if they're gonna have a triple threat for the title, since DJZ basically stole the title from the Helms Dynasty. Are they gonna keep that going or something like that? Because that would be kind of cool. But I don't know. Kind of interesting to see where it's gonna go from here.
Yeah, I definitely. Just one more point I wanted to add, because I want to be like Justin, since Justin's not here. I have one thing to say. I like I like the dives that you were talking about, but I feel like I like dives more in TNA and like Ring of Honor, just because there's so much less room between the guardrail and the ring. Like in WWE, there's like 10 feet between the guardrail and the ring, so it's like you can do anything, but there's such little room, so it's like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely I agree with that. I have one more point. I forgot it. Yeah. But anyway,
Wait,
the
I
backstage
remember.
segment that I
Don't
missed.
forget to follow me at Juggernaut.
But I remember what the backstage segment that I didn't write down was. It was the Drew Galloway one. Drew Galloway was backstage, and he was
Yeah, not important at all. You could have forgot
technically.
that.
He really won't though. But anyway, Galloway was kind of walking. He was like, it was weird. Like it was so weird though. Like he was walking with his back turned, which is fine. Like I get that with his hood on and whatnot. And then you can hear the cameraman or someone running, like just running towards him, and like he just knows. And I'm like, y'all got like y'all got feet made of steel. Like why are your footsteps so freaking loud? Like what in the world? And he just turns around and says like, I'm gonna explain my actions in the place where it began or something like that. Because we always have to explain our actions in the place where it all began. Matt Hardy started this. He started this. Matt Hardy started this. Darn it. But anyway, Drew Galloway was heading to the Impact Zone or in the ring, and where he beat up the beat the
Circle,
living.
the circle of the squared.
But any thoughts on Galloway's backstage segment and why these people got feet made of steel?
I don't know. Maybe it's the shoes that they give them. Make sure that they,
Steel toe.
yeah, yeah. Um, I like this. I kind of liked Galloway this week. I liked his promo coming up, the heel promo. Even though I don't know if you caught this, but in his promo, like out in the ring, before he like really gets into it, he has his head down and his hair's over his face, and you can almost see him trying not to laugh. I was like, you can't even cut a promo without laughing. But I definitely liked the backstage. It was kind of dark, and you obviously heel turn. There wasn't any doubt. Dark hallway. He's got the hood up. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get into the Galloway promo. I definitely enjoyed it. I think the way Galloway's been coming out recently, especially fits the heel character. Because there is a lot of mystery within him when he comes out. He comes out with the hair over his face. Even over the past couple of weeks, he's been coming out with the hair over his face, and he'll flip it and do all the stuff, himself in the face and all that stuff. But I just like that. But I enjoyed it though because I like Galloway. I think he comes off naturally as both to me. But I think because he's so aggressive and so emotional, I think he does really well as a heel. Because he gets really into everything that he does. Regardless of if he's face or if he's heel, he gets really into it, which I like. I really love freaking Drew Galloway. The why Drew Riot. I have not been able to say that the entire review. The why Drew why chance why Drew the why Drew why chance, basically reigns throughout the arena and whatnot. He basically blames the fans. He talks about how he won the championship and he was celebrating with the fans, and it was all fun and games. And then when EC3 wins the title from him, or when Lashley spears him, y'all cheering for not me. What is that? He didn't say it like that, but not me. I'm going with it. I'm sticking with it. You got to be intense throughout the whole thing. Y'all ain't cheering for me, not me and stuff. Anyway, I just like this. I enjoyed it. He claims basically that Rex was trying to, which I liked a lot, trying to live the same life he was, saying the same similar things to what he was. I like that a lot because it's true. Like basically they both came from the same thing. They came from the same mold. They're very similar. He's not gonna let Rex take away his spotlight, which I freaking like. I really enjoy where this is going. Uh, oh my boy, baby, Billy Cowboy, Billy Corgan comes out.
Cowboy.
I can't see him. I can't hear that music without saying cowboy. So Corgan comes out and he says, I had Galloway. He says I had I had a mind to suspend you last week, but I had somebody talk to me. Somebody was talking to me, um, and Galloway basically says, you're the president. You don't have to listen to anyone. You're becoming Dixie Carter's, all this stuff. Oh, I was like, okay, Drew, I see you. Let him know. Let him know. So I was getting hyped a little bit right there. But I was hyped. I was hyped about Drew Galloway. And then basically Rex comes out and he says, it was me. It was me freaking holding the microphone like it's a wine glass. I can't even do it. Like it ain't got the little grip on the top, so I can do it. So anyway, basically he comes out. Shut up. He comes out, reveals it was him, and the brawl begins. And I thought it was just gonna keep going. Like I thought they was gonna let it like go to commercial or whatever. And then like obviously it was gonna be broken up by the time it got back. But they didn't. I was surprised because it was weird that Billy Corgan was right there, and he was like, all right, guys, y'all just do y'all," and he just left. Like I was like, okay. So I thought they were just gonna keep the brawl going, but they didn't. Any thoughts on Drew Galloway and Aaron Rex and Galloway as a heel and Cowboy and this stuff? Thoughts?
Like it's like I can't. How you do that? How you do that?
How you do that though?
I liked it. I like the new Drew heel. It's definitely something new that I like. I was confused though because he's like, you're the president. You don't tell anybody. You don't have anybody change your mind. You make your own decisions. And I'm like, so you want to be suspended? Like, are you trying to convince him to suspend you right now? What are you doing? Like, am I the only one who's like, what are you doing, bruh? Like, that is not how you don't get suspended. And then Aaron Rex comes out, and I love this man. He's like, I don't need you suspended, princess. I was like, yes. You call that man princess. And then we got the brawl. I like the brawl. It was cool. Definitely builds up the feud there. But I'm like, but where AC3 though? Because like he in this too. Why? Like what? Why? I don't know.
I thought it was funny though. I don't know if y'all caught this, but when Aaron Rex came out and ran to the ring, it wasn't like a normal run. It was like this weird, like sideways gallop or something. I was like, "What, man? What are you doing? What is that?" I was like, "What is this man doing right now? Like, you ain't gonna never get to the ring like that." I didn't understand, but anyway, um, Moose is backstage, and the commentators kind of question his motives and whatnot. It was just kind of something to like lead up to the break. Any thoughts on Moose? This was before the Mike Bennett thing. Any thoughts on that? It was really maybe I paid too much attention to stuff tonight.
Moose. Moose. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Let's jump into Matt Hardy. He gets in touch with Rebecca. He gets in touch with Rebecca, Rebby Sky, sorry, who is surprised that there's an intruder in her house.
Like,
And Vanguard 1 shows Rosemary that the intruder is in the house. Good gravy. And that was pretty much it for that particular Matt Hardy segment. We hadn't got to the swords and the stuff yet. So, any thoughts on Rebecca? Any thoughts on?
Well, he gave it a sword before they left for the zone of impact. So she had a sword just in case. Because that's all you really need is a samurai sword. I don't know. I liked it. It started to build up the suspense. What's going on? And where was Abyss? Like, where was it? Like, where he at though? Like, they showed a preview of next week when him and Crazy Steve driving the Cameron, but like, where he at now though?
I'm
Like,
surprised they actually drive. I would think they would just teleport. They
yeah,
can't.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if Rosemary can slide up that pole like that, like I think she got some other skills we don't know about, and she
That
trying
was
to.
the creepy exorcist shit. I was like, what is that? What is that? Like,
We gonna get to that. I think that's the next one actually, but we got EC3 versus Eli Drake.
yeah.
I thought this match was good. I felt like it was a little bit short to me, in my opinion. But I thought it was a good match. It felt like EC3 had a lot of the advantage in this match for some reason. He just felt like he was just controlling this match, which I kind of didn't like. But I like that it definitely proves that Eli Drake can definitely hang up there with the heavyweight contenders and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. EC3 obviously wins with. Why they keep dropping people on their heads tonight? With the 1%er that killed the man. Basically, he won with that. Basically giving him more momentum, and I get that. Any thoughts on? I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna do with Eli Drake though. Going into Bound for Glory, because obviously he's gonna be on there, but I'm wondering like what because it seems like everybody else got stuff that's already set up, and Eli Drake don't, and I'm upset about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should be building Eli Drake up to something, and I feel like this was a bad match for him, just because they should be building him up, and he should have had a match where he won this week. But also, you don't want EC3 to lose because he's on such a good run right now. But this was an okay match. I just didn't like, kind of like you said, I didn't like how EC3 had so much of the advantage in this match. It almost made Eli Drake look weak, which I didn't like. But it was a good match. It was short, but it was okay.
Alrighty, yeah, I definitely agree. Maybe he's gonna win the grand championship because I feel like that's got to be coming soon. We expected it like that next week, and now like it's been like 5 weeks, and we're like, where did that go? Is it hiding?
I was like, oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
But anyway,
It's gonna be the same title. It's gonna be the same.
Oh God. Anyway, we go back to Rebecca. She's found Maxwell. She found Maxwell, and they went to a remote location in the house. I think it was like the attic, probably the basement or something. They were trying to act like it's remote or something.
It was the safe room that.
Oh, the safe room.
Yeah,
where the safety is. And basically Rosemary kind of appears, and she was like, "All right, I got this, bro." So she grabbed her sword out of nowhere. She grabs a sword and she's like, I'm about to like that. Yeah, she got the stretching going. She was like, I'm about to get some. I don't know. She was going. She was. Like I think it would have been better with nunchucks. She could have just done a lot more. that Jade, like, any thoughts on Rebecca going after Rosemary? The first part of that.
It was oh god it's so much entertainment. I love how she just goes after her with the sword. I'm like, come on, why a sword? Like, I get it, it's broken Matt, so he would obviously give you like the weirdest weapon ever to defend yourself. Like, it could have been a gun. It could have been nope. It's a samurai sword. Because who doesn't defend themselves in their house with a samurai sword? Come on now. I liked it. I definitely liked that we didn't really hear anything from Rosemary, but she was there kind of creeping. And apparently like just teleporting and like levitating and doing all these. I love how WWE is going for the reality era. TNA is going the exact opposite. There's no reality anymore. Like it's all.
TNA going for the broken. like, oh man, I don't even. Was this the moment where she slid up the pole?
I don't remember. All I
I
remember
don't.
is she slid up to. First of all, why are they a pole? Why they got a pole in their house? Why?
We know somebody got some skills. I don't know who. It might be Matt. Like he's so broken, he got all kinds of skills. Like we don't know. We don't know what kind of skills this man got. Oh my goodness. Maybe that's like the broken train or something. Like you gotta know how to. I'm gonna move on. Like I can't even. But oh Lord. The cameraman catches up with the new X Division champion, DJZ, and he is very excited about finally getting back to the X Division Championship. Talks about how it's been a long time since he had the title, but it's going to be even more difficult to keep the title. As Eddie Edwards came in for a random hug, just randomly, just giving them the, what's up, bruh? All that, like the random hug. I was like, Eddie Edwards, you weren't even in the match tonight. Where you come from? So I was kind of confused. But that was pretty interesting. Any thoughts on your new X Division champion and Eddie Edwards coming in just out of nowhere?
I was confused at first because, like we said before, it doesn't seem like it's been 4 years. But I don't know. And then Eddie Edwards out of nowhere, like, bruh, like, what, why? Like, if they
How
would
you not
have
getting the match, by the way?
like if they were building something with that, it would have made sense. But there was nothing built there. There was just like, good job, bro. I'm like, you do know that they're like doing an interview right now. Like you can see the camera. Like what? I don't know.
Who knows? Um, Next we went backstage with Allie, if I'm not mistaken. We went backstage with Allie.
Allie.
She got her balloons. She's so excited to talk to JB about her celebration tonight, as she is your new Knockouts champion. Thoughts on the before the celebration? Do we have to talk about the celebration? Thoughts on the talking with JB and the Alley? Any thoughts on that? Like,
I love Allie. I do. I do. She's. But at the same time, I hate her because she's adorable. Like the voice and everything is adorable. The character is adorable. But it gets to that point where it goes over the edge to annoying, and I'm like, stop it, just stop it now. But I don't know. We'll get to the heartbreak later because I watched it before DJ, and then I got to see him react to it, and oh, I don't know, but it was definitely funny with her kind of. Got all these balloons, and I'm so excited. And she told me to go get all these streamers and everything. And I was like, she told you to get this stuff. Like, isn't this a clue to you? She's like, come on, Allie, you're not that dumb.
That's like buying the cake for your own party.
Yeah, like, come on, Allie, come on, use that brain.
All right, I think the next thing we had was the celebration. So upset. So Allie basically talks about how excited she is to. We just lost the viewer on that crack. But anyway, Allie talks about how she's excited to be the new Knockouts champion, And she wants to thank the fans for their overwhelming support. They were chanting, Ali, Ali, Ali. This is exactly what she said in the exact way she said it. I do impressions for a living. I don't get paid off of them, thank God. But I do impressions for a living. So, but
most of the time we don't know who you trying to do an impression of unless you say the name.
my crazy Steve was the best.
But
Anyway,
you
she said she wants to thank the one person that supported her, and I was hoping she was gonna say me. No, not me, but her, like Allie. She was gonna be like Allie. I thought she was gonna do that. She didn't. They left again. They left again. Anyway, but
stop
goodness.
leaving. Come back.
But anyway,
Maybe it's
Sienna. It probably is. But Sienna storms to the ring, very upset. I was surprised she was in ring gear. I thought she was just gonna be in like casual wear for some reason. I expected her to be in casual. She won't.
Some wrestlers can't afford, casual gear, so they gotta wear their ring gear all the time.
She was a champion though. Don't she get a raise for that? Like, don't you get a little extra in the pockets?
I mean, Shinsuke didn't even have enough money for clothes, when he had his title celebration.
It is true. That is anyway. So basically, Maria comes out and she gives Sienna the night off because Maria was following behind her. Just calm down, we're gonna get this fixed. Gives her the night off, and she says that the celebration is for Allie's opponent. And I'm like, who is it? Who is it? Who's it gonna be? Return? New woman? Let's do it. Let's go. Like, and that's what kind of bummed me out a little bit. But I was like, yes, we getting somebody new. They're gonna come in. They're gonna fight Allie. Allie's still gonna win because she's our champion. She gonna still win. But Maria basically demands that Allie lay down and give her the night. No. She demands that she lay down and give her the Knockouts Championship. And Allie, like she was about to jump in bed, went down real quick. She laid down so quick. I was like, dang, bruh. I mean, obviously she was upset about it. Like it was like it's like when you tell your kid to go to bed early and they upset about it, but they go to bed quick, like because I don't. I know. And Maria, in like the most seductive cover ever, it was so weird. Pins Allie to become the new champion, and she makes Allie announce it, and just destroyed all of Allie's confidence and stuff. I was so upset. Like I was emotional after this. It was like why? She was the new champ. We wanted to see where this was gonna go. And then this is where that went. Basically, what's gonna happen here? Let's be honest. What's gonna happen is Maria, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm the champion. My hand is still broken, but I'm the champion." And then Gail King gonna come out and she'll be like, "You destroying the Knockouts division. You destroying it. You destroying it. I tell you. I tell you." She talked just like that. You destroying it. She gonna tell her she destroying it, and then we're gonna get this matchup out for it. Like, let's be honest. We know what's gonna go down. We know it. We know it. Thoughts on a new knockout? A new knockout.
This whole segment made no sense at all. First of all, they said that Maria had to ask to get all of the knockouts to have the night off. She had to ask for that. So how does she have the authority to just set up her own title match out of nowhere? How did that work? How? And then, like I get it did build a lot of heel heats, but like Allie didn't even like try to like fight it or nothing. Like at least do like one kick out and then have Maria be like, lay down. Like do something to give us an idea that she's gonna, turn or something. I don't know. Also, does this either mean that Maria is going to be cleared soon? Because if not, then she's not going to be able to wrestle, and she going to have to vacate the title. And what was the point of her winning the title if she's going to have to vacate the title? Why? Why would you do? So I don't know. I'm assuming that she's healed and she's going to be cleared.
She's healed like Matt Hardy was. Remember Matt Hardy's in that wheelchair?
Yeah. Because I mean, she is married to the Miracle, Mike Bennett. I don't know this. I'm done. I want Allie.
All right, we got backstage again with Mike Bennett. He tries to reassure Moose that I was a little late on that, that the main event is for both of them. And he hands a pipe to Moose and tells him that he knows he will make the right decision. Any thoughts on the pipe? See, everybody just pulling weapons out the booty tonight. I don't understand how they do this. I mean, because either Miracle was already carrying a pipe with him, or the Impact Zone is flooded right now. Like one of the two is happening. Any thoughts on Mike Bennett and the pipes and the Moose?
This was the night of random weapons. I mean, I like back in the Attitude Era, it would have made sense. There was always random. Like they would bring the kitchen sink out for hardcore matches. Like literally,
the Attitude Era is back, baby. That's what it is. TNA confirmed it tonight.
Just a random pipe, like and it was like a pipe that had like a joint on it. So like he took it from someplace. It wasn't just like he went to the store and bought like a piece of pipe. No, it was like he took it off of something. And now there's a flood, and oh man, so we're not gonna have any more impacts for a while because they got to clean up the damage from the leak. Oh man,
that's why we're gonna have this match in Cameron. It's gonna take up the whole show next week.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the whole show is gonna be in Cameron on the Hardy Estates, the broken estates.
Alrighty. Next we had, I think this is the last one. Rebby Sky, Rebecca, heading out to take out Rosemary, and this is when Rosemary flees. This is when she left. She slid up the pole like she like either a firefighter or she knows something we don't know. I was like, how you do that? Like gravity don't work that way. In an ironic turn of events, though, Rosemary throws the baby. Little, you can't be hurting little Maxwell like that. She throws the baby at Rebecca, and obviously Rebby catches the baby, and it's a baby doll, which is ironic because the first time they did the Hardy Estates thing, Rebby threw the baby at Jeff. I just thought it was ironic, but Rosemary basically flees, and she gets away. Senior Benjamin has Little Maxwell. He is safe. The king is safe. The king is safe. And Rebby tells Senior Benjamin once again to prepare the battlefield for massacre. So we about to get the final deletion part 2 or something. I don't know. We about to get something next week. I don't know what this is about to be. But we got the decay, we got broken people, and we got massacre. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I don't like. I know they showed a little like preview. I don't even know what to expect. I really don't. I'm sitting here like, oh, what is this about to be? And Jeff Hardy's broken at this point too. Like this gonna be ridiculous. Any thoughts on the last broken kind of broken Hardys versus the decay build up type thing? I like that they're one more thing. I like that they're doing the kind of another like final deletion type thing. because obviously they're gonna have a legit match. Like they're gonna have a legit match at BFG. Like I think we get that, but I think this is gonna be a good like prelude to it. Any thoughts? I think it's just gonna be a fight. I don't even think it's gonna be like a real like match. I think it's gonna be just a fight. Any thoughts on
It's
Massacre?
it's gonna be like the Wyatts versus the New Day, just a random fight. It makes no sense. But first, I gotta go back to the I think it was the previous segment that they had when Rebby is in the safe room and Senor Benjamin just opens the door, and I'm like, how safe is that safe room if you could just open that's not how that works. That is not safe at all. Um, and then when Rosemary threw the baby off the balcony, anybody else notice that Maxwell is a lot bigger than that baby was? You would think you would know the size of your own baby. Like, you would think, come on now. That is your own child. You could tell that, like, that's too small to be my baby. But, like, I don't know. I definitely like it. I hope they do more of this. Because I'm not going to lie. When Rosemary was in the house, my adrenaline started pumping. I was like, what's going to happen? What's going I love it. I love it. Love it.
Alrighty. Next and finally, we have the main event of the evening. Mike Bennett, Merkel, Mike Bennett versus Bobby Lashley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I definitely enjoyed this match, but this was like one of the first times we saw Lashley kind of get dominated a little bit with the numbers game kind of coming in. With Maria getting involved in any way possible. She hit that man with shoes, braces, everything she could find. She grabbed the man's leg. She got the shoestrings. She did it all in this match. And Mike Bennett definitely took advantage, which kind of makes him a dangerous heel from now on. We got Lashley chants from the fans, and I was like, I don't think I ever heard this. I don't think we ever heard Lashley chants ever in life. I was like, okay. And then obviously as Lashley does finally try to gain control, Moose comes out with the pipe, and the like you always like everybody does with like any weapon of choice. Hit it against your hand, make sure it's real. So he comes out. Yeah, he comes out, and Lashley basically gets taken advantage of again off of that kind of distraction. But Lashley does end up coming back as Mike Bennett. He wants to finish this off because the cutter didn't do it. So he wants to finish this off. He goes for the pipe, and Moose, this just for an example. Moose, he got the pipe right here. Here you go. Mike Bennett, I got you, bro. I got you, my brother. And then Mike Bennett reaches for it. He says, whoop, and takes it away. Mike Bennett's like, oh my God, no. Basically. He's freaking out, and Lashley ends up hitting him with a spear to end up putting the match away and retain the world championship. After the match, Bennett grabs a microphone. It's kind of a short little promo at the end. Grabs a microphone and says, calls Moose into the ring. He just belittles him, which I don't know how you belittle a man that big, but he belittles him. Talks about how he's just, like how Bennett is the reason that Moose is here. Bennett is the reason that Moose is relevant. And he slaps Moose, and you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't slap Moose. Moose just beat that man down. Just beat him down. And then basically Moose stands tall, and we're getting the Moose Mike Bennett feud that we kind of expected from the beginning. So at least Moose won't turn to the Fixer. That's a good thing. We didn't see no Fixer vignettes or infomercials or whatever they call them things. We didn't see that tonight neither. That was weird. But anyway, any thoughts on the main event and the after match promo beatdown type thing?
Maybe they realized how stupid the Fixer idea is, and they're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Nah.
I do. Speaking of that, I love Tyrus just sitting there like, Need a job, just as calm as possible, like just going with it. I'm like, this man.
Your boss not treating you good at work, getting bad grades. Like the fix is gonna deal with that for you. Um, I like this match though. Ah, um, I I kind of want to see Rabbit in here to get his thoughts on the fact that Lashley was getting dominated. You know, because Lashley, he the man. Miracle not that good. But I kind of want to see his reaction to this, to see his boy Lashley kind of, almost not make it through with the title. The only thing I didn't like was I kind of wanted to see Moose help Bennett, just because logically that would be a good thing for him, because Bennett would be easier to beat for the title than Lashley would. I'm just saying. So, help him win the title, and then you go after the title, and then you the champion. I don't know, but obviously we're gonna get Bennett versus Moose. The promo after, I don't know if you got this, but to me, he was so angry, it was almost comical. I was laughing the whole time. Just the way he was yelling at him and just mispronouncing words because he's so angry. I was like, I love it. And then he got, clotheslined out of his boots. Not literally. If you want to see somebody get knocked out of their boots, you go watch King of the Ring 98 and you see, yeah. But anyway, but yeah, I definitely liked it. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I wish that Bennett won the title. Not because I think that Lashley is boring and sucks, because that's totally not the reason that I wanted him to lose, because he's boring and he sucks. Because but I feel like for Moose it would be beneficial to have an easier opponent, that he could beat. Because if
He can't beat Lashley because Lashley's a monster.
if they're building him up, so much, who is going to beat Lashley?
No
Somebody
one
has to beat
ever.
Lashley at some point. Like, that's how that works. We're not in a generation where you could be champion for like 5 years. You can't do that anymore.
Alrighty, that's your TNA Impact Wrestling review for 9/1/2016. If you got any ideas on articles for me to write, please tell me, because I need to get another one out before the end of the week, and I don't have any ideas.
Good?
What?
Maybe something good, maybe something that isn't trash.
Anyway, we gonna hide you because I'm done with you. Anyway, but anyway, enjoy TNA tonight. If you got any ideas, feel free to shoot them at me. I don't really care. But anyway, check my articles out on DailyDDT.com. I don't care how bad you think they are. As long as you click on them, you watched them, you looked at them. It don't matter. So thank you. So click on them, Casey. Click on them, and make me feel at least decent about myself. Anyway,
why are you pointing up here when you're not going to put a link up here?
I didn't mean to. I really won't trying to.
People are gonna be like, "There's supposed to be a link there, and there's not gonna be a link there."
I can't even put links like in annotations for some reason, and like it won't let me. It won't let me, and I'm sad. But anyway, I'll leave a link in the description if you want it. You should check it out. It's not there right now. Like, or well, it depends on when you're watching it. It's probably there by now. But anyway,
but not now.
But shut up. Anyway, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Don't talk to Casey because he won't talk to you back anyway. He never gets on Twitter.
I've been talking to Miley on Twitter, so
that don't count. That's not like, I'm sure she's watching this. I get she's not. She's probably asleep. But anyway, let's end this. I'll see you guys later. Follow us, subscribe, share the video, like the video, love it. See you guys later.
I was
trying to do something.
Oh,
no. see you guys sometime else that's not on the
Flippity
DPD, the
dippity.
flippity. No, none of that.
The dippity of flippities.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Flippity dippity.